My, how about the Chicago Sky? Folks, I'll tell you, the Chicago Sky started the season off 0-2. You got Jeff P. and Tyler Marsh. I wouldn't say they're necessarily soul searching, but they're going to play the LA Sparks today. And it's going to be a game that's going to feature who can get it fixed first. You got LA Sparks going to come in there under Lynn Roberts as a new head coach coming in from Utah, has taken over the Sparks. And then leading the charge has Kelsey Plum is going to be the point guard. Is going to lead that. Plum's been having a great start to the year. And Lynn Roberts kind of brings a no nonsense approach. But then you go back and you got to look at Tyler Marsh is really asking everyone to be patient, trust the process. We're going to get better. Now, when I look at that collectively with the Chicago Sky, what does it really mean? The Chicago Sky are averaging 66 points a game so far this year. It's an astronomically no low number. They're looking to improve. As you know, it looks like the balance is out of order. And really, it all going to come down to Kamilla Cardoso. I really believe that. And when I look at what the Sky are doing now, if you look at the stats and what's happening here, just played a couple games, but you go all the way down. Rachel Bynum's leading at 11 points a game, and you fall all the way back. Cardoso's fell all the way down to 6.5 points a game. I don't think the Chicago Sky are going to win games unless Tyler Marsh gets there. And they talked about they were going to run the offense through Camilla Cardoso. That needs to happen. You have a 6-7 post that's sitting there that's just saying, "Can you give me the ball?" Now, what's happening or what's kind of causing or throwing off that confusion with Cardoso? It's really simple. I mean, the shots are going up, not in the rotation of the offense. She's running center of the floor. She's grabbing rebounds. By the time she gets down to the end of the floor, one or two passes, shots going up. And you look at that, and it's just like, okay, did you guys forget about me? And I don't think Tyler Marsh forgot about Carmelo. I think it's more of a question of what do we want to do and how do we want to get there and how do we want to accomplishment. Now, but it's frustrating, obviously, and reason is because you're a couple games in. The scoring is extremely low, and they've got to get it turned around. They're going to be able to turn it around by being consistent. Now, to get the touches and the looks, both Carmelo Cardoso and Angel Reese, here's the biggest challenge. The guard play has to go up. Now, the shootings went up last game. The Chicago Sky were able to shoot 40% from the three-point line, but let's take it in a different perspective. They're also just really lacking as a unit. And here's where the frustration comes in with the Chicago Sky and the assist total. They're just not matching the number. I mean, you got Bynum's averaging an assist. Ariel Atkins is averaging one assist. Vandersloot's getting floor. And when you look at point guards in the WNBA averaging 8, 9, 10 assists, jumping up sometime to 12 assists, the Chicago Sky assist number is extremely low. And that's what's throwing everything off. And when you look at it, you're basically no one's distributing the ball, and it makes it extremely tough. Now, when you're getting the minutes and you're in there and you're not being able to distribute the ball, that means that you're playing more individual basketball, and that's what's killing them. They're not working together as a unit, and you go right on down the line. It doesn't matter. Ariel Atkins, if you look at it, she has 1.5 assists per game. Vandersloot should be up at 8 to 10, touching the paint, making sure she be able to get a dribble kick, and you're going to get Rebecca Allen sitting there to half an assist, right? Angel Reese one assist. So what really the Chicago Sky are not sharing the basketball. And that's going to come back to the point guard. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it's great to be the leader. It's great to score. But if the rest of the team is not getting better or being elevated off your play, then you're going to have to look at that. Now, I did see something very interesting when I get all the way down to Haley Van Lift. Okay, that's lifting it up, and Haley Van Lift's getting 3 assists, and she's playing 10 minutes, but she's distributing the ball. And when you get that number there, I mean, she's sitting there, 6-to-1 ratio. You gotta look at that and say, "How do we get the ball distributed?" Because the Chicago Sky are not gonna win any games if they do not work together as a team. Now, with the points almost to the bottom of the league, averaging 66 a game, folks. That one there is shocking to me. If you see this number here, 66 points a game. And you got to look at that and say, well, the Chicago Sky can do better, right? There's no doubt they can do better. It's just how do they do it? And then you're going to come across the board, and let's go across. And now we're going to look at the Sparks. Well, they're led by Kelsey Plum, 24 a game. You got to remember, okay, Rebecca Banham is leading the Chicago Sky at 11 a game, right? So you got rebounds, Stevens, Plum, and Stevens. Now, when you get into it, you start looking across the board, look at their starters. Here's where you're going to find out how the Sparks are going to move the ball because Kelsey Plum is sitting there. You can see she's averaging 5 assists. They've played 4 games. Hamby's getting a couple of games. Stevens one, but he goes back. Kia Jackson's getting 2. Sims is getting 3.8. Barker's coming in. Great guard coming out of Alabama. I mean, really a two-way player. Playing 23 minutes, getting 2.5 assists. You see where I'm going there? And they're getting active in the steals column, right? So when you get in there and you get to the steals column, I want to bring this out because this is where the active hands gets in there, 8.3 a game. And it really makes a difference because now you're asking the show, okay, who's doing what? How are they doing it? How are they getting it done? And that's where the Chicago Sky, they got to get active hands. They got to play better on the defensive end. You look at the starters in the steal, it's a free world to throw the ball anywhere you want, any open person you want. And this is why Bantams played 2 games, 0 steal. Atkins played 2 games. It's got 1 steal, right? You got to look at that. You're coming in there, Vandersloot's getting 1.5, and then you go down to Allen's coming down to a half, and Reese is getting 1.5, right? Then you go to Cardoso's getting less than a steal a game. So you got to pick that up. And I'm telling you, if the Chicago Sky can be patient with this, they could make a run and come back. They're going to, Jeff P. and, Tyler Marsh going to have to go back to the 1-2 punch. And I'm telling you, that's got to go through Kamilla Cardoso. She should be getting 12 to 15 shots a game down in that paint and just keep working it. And it puts everybody's shots got to go up in rotation. If the shots don't go up in rotation, you're going to lose on the offensive transition of the defense, right? Because no one's expecting the shot go up, long rebound comes out. It doesn't happen. Now, Ariel Atkins is just, I mean, we're here, you brought me here, but you got to put the Sindri. This falls back on Vandersloot, I'll tell you, folks. That one there's got to get this thing cooking if she can't. Tyler Marsh got to look at a different plan. And really, I mean, Rachel Bannum's got to come through. And that's what's going on with the Chicago Sky. It's a tough fit. I'll tell you that 100%, folks. It's a tough fit right now for the Chicago Sky because they just don't have the depth. Scoring 66 points a game. They're missing some pieces. And they're going in there with a leading scorer, folks. This probably is going to be as low as you can get it. 11.5 points a game, averaging 66. So this game is going to be a turnaround game. I think the Chicago Sky will play better. If you want to know what's going on with the Sky, they're going to face Lynn Roberts. No nonsense. Going to get in there and fight it out any way she can. And we'll see. Tyler Marsh and Jeff P. got to make their move, and Tyler Marsh has got to make his move. They brought him here to do this, and it's only a couple games in. I wouldn't even think about a panic button until you get to games 8, 9, or 10. And let's see what happens. I think the offensive production will go up. I think player synergy is going to go up. I think a lot of thinking was going on right now. And if the Chicago Sky offense doesn't go up against the Sparks this game, then Tyler Marsh is going to have to think about dumbing down the offense. And what does that mean? It's going to have to reduce some options out of it so that the players can actually just play a base and just get a rhythm of the game. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're coming to you, Too Hot Media Group, under the umbrella of Rock Nation, bringing you my, and why with the Chicago Sky. They got to turn this around. I look for them to do something today. This is going to be a good one, and let's see if they can get it done. We'll have the backstory for you coming after the game, but I think this one, Chicago Sky, may turn a corner. And what I always tell you, all things are possible to those who believe. We'll see you soon.